Good morning, adventurers.
Good morning.
From Hawaii. Something doesn't really feel right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, something feels a little off.
I know. Good morning, adventurers.
Good morning.
And welcome to Hawaii.
So yesterday we explored the western side of the island around the Captain Cook and Kona area, which was absolutely beautiful. We saw some nice beaches and views. And then today we are gonna go to the opposite side. We are driving all the way east to Hilo. And on the way, we are gonna pass some friggin' volcanoes, y'all.
Oh yeah.
That is the reason we came here.
Yeah, Kilauea, I think is how you say the name of the volcano, but that volcano was erupting earlier last year. A lot of the stuff is closed, so we're gonna see what's open and see what trails we can do, but I think we should be able to get up to the rim and kind of peer down in it.
Yes.
And then we're going to head to the airport, fly up to Honolulu, and meet up with Josh and Ashley again, so we're gonna have a bunch of Hawaiian adventures with them.
Oh my gosh.
And we're hoping that we saw signs for fish and chips at a few places, so we're thinking maybe we can try to find some fish and chips or something later, see what Hawaiian fish and chips are all about.
Definitely some sort of seafood we're looking for today.
Yeah, all right. Epic day on the Big Island starts right now.
So we're heading to the eastern side of the island, to Hilo, the other major city on the Big Island, and we are driving through some very interesting areas. It goes from like lush rainforest to these lava areas.
Yeah, almost
here.
immediately.
Almost
it changes
immediately,
to it.
yeah. Also, the weather on this side of the island is interesting. It's starting to rain, and it didn't rain at all on our side, and our host even said it hasn't rained there in over 2 months. He had to go, what did he say, harvest water? Yeah, so he has to get water delivered to him or go get it himself because it doesn't rain. It all gets trapped, I guess, on this side.
Yeah, but you can see there's a line of blue over there, and then we're driving right into the rain now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy how fast it changed, and there's nothing but lava out there.
Yeah,
all of a sudden it became rainy and lava field. For our first stop, we found a black sand beach. It is very, very black.
The blackest we've ever seen.
Yeah, but there's a bunch of people here doing something. I'm not sure what's going on, but we did read that they have a lot of sea turtles on this beach.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe there are some out there that they're seeing, but everyone's kind of stopped here and staring.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll stop and stare with them for a while and see something? See some sea turtles?
That beach was great. You could easily spend a day here, and I highly recommend it if you have more time on the island. This was just a quick trip for us, which is kind of sad because we don't get too much time to enjoy each spot.
No.
But we want to see as much as we can, but we'll definitely be coming back, that's for sure.
There weren't any turtles today, sadly, so hopefully you have better luck when you come. Turns out all the tourists were just staring at the water.
But now we are going to head to the volcano the Rim Visitor Center, right?
Yeah, we'll see. We've heard mixed information about what is open and what isn't because, well, obviously the recent eruption destroyed a bunch of stuff, but also the government shutdown is currently happening. And so I don't know where we can go and where we can't. So we'll figure it out, I guess.
So we have arrived at the visitor center. We just chatted with a guy up there because they have a guy that's just telling you kind of what's open because I guess it changes so frequently and a lot of stuff is closed.
Yeah.
But he gave us this handy little sheet to kind of mark the trails we can do.
Yeah, so I guess the park is shut down. We didn't have to pay an entrance fee because there are no workers here to collect it. So I think he's just a volunteer, a really nice dude, but he's giving everyone this sheet. So he was saying all kinds of stuff we can do. I think we can only do one hike. So I think we're gonna go down and do the Crater Rim Drive and walk out here.
He said that the views here are absolutely incredible.
Yeah, because we really want to see the Caldera. So that, I think, is what we're gonna do.
We are on the road right now heading to the rim. And check this out. This is what happens when a volcano erupts. That's crazy. On this spot in July 1974, a 3-day fissure eruption burst from the ground under your feet, forming this gigantic crack. Check that out. That's awesome. But can you imagine that? So this is where we are right now, and this is the crack forming. That's crazy. We're at the edge of the caldera now, and it is absolutely incredible. The minute you peek over the edge, you can just see this epic cliff going straight down to this flat bottom that looks like a dried pool of lava. It's insane to imagine that at one point that was just magma, just waiting to harden. It's pretty incredible.
So we were just reading, it turns out we're actually in between a crater and a caldera. This is the Keikoi crater, I believe?
Keanakakoi crater. That's this big old guy over here.
And then over on the other side is the
Kilauea Caldera, which you can't really get that close to see it because it's all kind of shut down.
Yeah, they say it's very dangerous around the edges, which I would agree with that. The crater used to be a quarry where they would get a lot of tools for the island, I guess. But then in 1877, it was covered by lava, so they couldn't get down there. And then again, when in the 70s, I guess when these fissures all started spewing lava, it got covered even more. So there are just feet and feet and feet of molten or hardened lava down in there now, so no tools will be had today.
So the difference between a crater and a caldera is an underground chamber that the top kind of collapses down and just creates what looks a lot like a crater, but I guess it's usually a little bit more misshapen. And then a crater, on the other hand, is basically a lava vent, usually. Most of the time, that's what it means.
Yeah.
So that's what this is. This is a spot that just spews lava.
I guess so, yeah. Until now when it's hardened and sad.
Yeah. This road might be closed, but it's not stopping these dumbos. They don't care. Just stopping for a quick fill up. To give you guys an idea of the gas prices, it is $3.30 here, which that's the cheapest we've seen, isn't it?
Yeah, back near Kona where we were staying, it was about $3.59, I believe.
So while we were driving, she was like, cheap gas.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of time before we have to head to the airport and catch our flight. So we stopped into this town called Hilo. We're gonna go to their farmer's market, but it looks like some of it's closed today. So they didn't really have much there, but we found this little food stand right across the road, and we got some Hawaiian fish and chips.
Yeah, so it's actually the farmer's market kitchen. So kind of we still went to the farmer's market. I would recommend coming on days. Today was an off day, I think Wednesdays and maybe on the weekend, they have a big full farmer's market. Sadly, that was not today, but that's okay because we ended up with this beauty, which is fish and chips, but it's ahi tuna fish and chips. So we've had a lot of fish and chips in our days. Never this fancy, I don't think.
It looks different.
It looks very different. The chips are they're skinny American fries. But look, I mean, they're
these
huge
definitely aren't really
chunks
chips,
of
are
tuna.
they?
No. But it's pretty funny. We keep seeing fish and chips on menus on the island, so we thought we'd give it a try. So I think it's pretty, yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. It's so thick and meaty.
Yeah, it's tuna.
Yeah, it is just straight up tuna. I'm gonna put a little lemon on this guy. I'll wait on the sauce and just try a big old hunk. Well, it's definitely not your normal fish and chips. I mean, ahi tuna just has a completely different flavor from the white fish that we normally get.
Like haddock or?
Yeah, like haddock or something like that. But it's really nice. It's so much thicker and more meaty, I'd say, than regular fish and chips. And then the batter is more thin, but it's still really crunchy and crispy, which I love.
It definitely looks like just a tuna steak.
Yeah, that's essentially, it's a deep fried tuna steak, so.
Is it pretty, does it compare at all? I mean, we've had some really good fish and chips, so nothing usually compares, but.
It's not quite as like fatty and fried tasting as we're used to, but it's really good. I think it's gonna be really filling since it's so dense.
Let me see what these fish and chips are all about. Ooh, that's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah.
It's tuna, so the texture of the fish is completely different. I like it. It's salty, but not overly salty. The batter's got a nice flavor to it. It's actually pretty tasty. Oh, you got a little crunch to the batter too. The batter is really thin, don't you think?
Mm-hmm. super
It's like the
thin.
thinnest little layer of batter. That's really my only complaint. I'd rather
Yeah.
it be a little bit bigger and
It's like
flakier.
the fish and the batter has switched spots.
Yeah, there's a ton of fish and barely any batter, which
Yeah.
usually it's kind of the opposite.
Yeah. Oopsie-daisy, we got more coffee, y'all. This little stand had a bunch of fresh fruit, the place that's attached to where we got our fish and chips.
Oh,
They had
yeah.
fresh fruit smoothies and little shaved ice bowls, but they had these amazing coffee concoctions. So we got maple cinnamon lattes.
We told them to make them lightly sweetened.
Yeah, they have cool paper straws even. Gotta use that hip bone. Never give up. That's what my mom
You
says.
need me to do something?
I don't know. I thought I could get it out of there.
2 hours later.
And here we go. Oh, I got all
Is
the
it
maple syrup
Really?
and cinnamon.
Oh, it's all
on
at the bottom. You can see a cake down there.
Oh my gosh, okay, let's try from the top. Nope, maybe it's just very sweet.
Oh boy. We told him to make it like half as sweet if possible, and he's like, yeah, sure. He did not do that. Also, we've been spending so much money on these things, you guys. We got to cut back.
Yeah.
It's just so tempting because everywhere you go, they have these fresh fruit stands. They have these coffee stands.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we had to get coffee, right, from the island one more time before we leave it.
Yes. But we are heading to the airport right now. That is going to be us. We are staring at a wall of cloud right at the edge, and we're about to go right into it. It's very cool looking.
It's really cool. It looks like a big dust storm or something like that. It looks pretty intense.
Yeah. We are officially inside the cloud now.
We have access to all of your information
Because it's the cloud.
because we're in the
Got it. We've made it to our hotel. We are at the bar right now, having a little drink.
Yep.
We probably should have gotten something tropical, but we both just wanted wine, so. And the tropical drinks are a bit more expensive, so we're just keeping it cheap and simple. But Josh and Ashley are actually on their way here. They rented a car, so they're going to be meeting up with us at the hotel that we're staying at.
Yeah.
We're going to be proper Hawaii tourists for the
Very
next few
excited.
days.
Yeah, we can see the ocean from our room. It's too dark right now to see like just how cool the view is.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. We're finally in Honolulu.
Aloha. Man,
Now it's real. It's real.
we're really in Hawaii.
Oh my god.
Look who we found.
Ah, they're here.
Who are you guys again?
This is Ashley. I'm Josh.
Yeah,
That's
and
all.
we're called the Way Way.
Well, we are going to be having all kinds of Hawaiian adventures with these two knuckleheads. It's going to be amazing. But we're going to end this video,
That's pretty good, actually.
put this camera away, and then probably go get a bite to eat.
Or just dance.
Actually, they're,
Continue.
they're the
Watch
only
more
ones who've
of
been
it.
drinking, so we
Yeah.
should be fine.
Are you sure?
Long flight today. Good night,
Good night.
adventurers.
Oh yeah.
We'll see you on the road.
Bye.